and welcome. In today's recipe, I'll be showing you how to make a pumpkin pie spice flan. If you guys are familiar with our flan recipe, you're gonna love this one. If you love pumpkin pie spice everything, this recipe is for you. Now let's go over our ingredients. You'll need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You'll need half of a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, 1 cup of sugar, 5 eggs, 1 14-ounce can of condensed milk, 1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 2 tablespoons of vanilla, half a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground clove. To your blender, you want to add your evaporated milk, condensed milk, your eggs, heavy whipping cream, Mexican vanilla, pumpkin pie spice, ground clove, and your pumpkin puree. And now we're just going to blend on low until we've combined all our ingredients. Done. All I did was blend on a low speed for about 45 seconds. Set your pan on a low heat and add your sugar. Once you place your sugar on your pan, you're not allowed to stick your hands anywhere near here. You need a spatula or something safe for what we're doing right now. All I'm doing is spreading the sugar evenly throughout our pan so that we can get started on our caramel. It's been 3 minutes and I can see that our sugar is starting to melt. In the areas where I see that the sugar is melting, what I like to do, you can see it over here, I like to spread some of that sugar from the top over it, just like this. And once you see that your sugar has a lot of little melted puddles, you can start swirling just like this gently, a little bit at a time. And if you feel that the heat is too hot, go ahead and lower your temperature. Your sugar in here is super, super hot. Remember, do not put your fingers anywhere near this sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my burner off. Our caramel looks like a little bit of an amber color, which I absolutely love. If you like it lighter, then adjust to your preference, friends. This is ready to go. Be careful when you're pouring it in, but we're gonna start pouring it into our flan mold. And all I'm doing is I'm just moving it so that we have an even layer at the bottom. And I'm gonna be adding water to our flan mold, just slightly under the watermark, right here. A little line, you guys can see that. I'm gonna run our flan mixture through a strainer just to guarantee that we don't have too much of the bubbles in here. And we get a smoother flan recipe. And then you just wanna pour it into your flan mold. If you hear a little bit of crackling at the bottom, you're okay. It's all gonna blend together. Next, you wanna place a foil nice and tight over the top of your flan mold. And next, you wanna place your flan in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I've had our flan in the oven for 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'm showing you what I mean by a stiff jiggle. For those of you that have made our flan recipe before, that's what I mean. If your jiggle is way too loose, then go ahead and place it in your oven for another 10 minutes. Do not go over 1 hour and 40 minutes for the dish because it's gonna overcook your flan and we want it to be nice, creamy, and smooth. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna place it in the refrigerator overnight. You have to place it in there a minimum of 8 hours or until your flan completely cools. And boom, done! Friends, this flan is made to perfection just for you for this holiday season. And I really love the flan mold because you can put whatever you want down the middle, some whipped cream, you know, get excited, some extra pumpkin puree seasoned in there would work. It's gonna be up to you on how you wanna decorate your flan. And for us, we're just gonna slice right into it. Okay, I served Cloud her piece. This is what we have going on. Yummy. Okay, friends, I want you to see how creamy and beautiful this is. And the only reason you see that bump is because I went in really heavy when I was cutting Cloud's piece. You're gonna take some of that syrup, and by some, I mean a lot, as much as your little heart desires. And friends, if there's one thing that you're gonna make this holiday season, and if it's sweet, you should be making a flan. Our flan just takes a little bit longer to cook, but the creaminess is so amazing. It doesn't taste like Jell-O, it tastes like a creamy baked flan. I'm gonna need somebody very special to say ah. It's so creamy, it's so smooth, and it has a really good balance from your flan to a pumpkin pie spice. Now, I don't know, some of your guys' levels for pumpkin spice is outrageous, and you know, my respects to you. And I will be leaving tips in the description area for those of you that love it, for those of you that subtly love the pumpkin pie spice. And if you want to bathe in it like Cloud does, let me know.
I love pumpkin spice.
I love it, but I don't like it overpowered. And how do you like it?
I'm okay with it being mild, and the overpowering, I'm fine with that. This one's a perfect balance because it still tastes like flan. I've had other flans that taste like pumpkin pie and not flan. So I like this one.
And that's how I make my recipes. I didn't want to disrespect pumpkin pie because I absolutely love pumpkin pie. It's one of my favorites. So I wanted you guys to be able to taste the flan, but also to have the essence of the holiday season. And I think you guys are going to be happy and satisfied with this flan. I do have a tip for you guys. If you're using a flan mold or whatever mold you're using, spray it with a little bit of nonstick spray, and that should help everything just pop out. No problems at all. I don't want you guys to embarrass yourself during the holidays. Not when you need this recipe.
We've already been through it many years ago. We've already embarrassed ourselves.
You know, my flan, sometimes you see the top that cracked on that last recipe, but that's okay. It still tastes great. This one didn't crack, and it's really going to be on your mood that day. That's kind of how flan works. It's so creamy.
And I like this recipe because you get the thickness of the flan.
You do. Look at how it's really thick.
She's full-bodied.
She's like me. I forgot what I was gonna say, girl.
The thickness, it carries all the way through.
Yeah. If you don't like creamy flan, this is not the recipe for you. This is for creamy flan for all of us that don't like the watery tasting one. Like if you're eating Jell-O, I'm not fond of that one. And that usually happens when you use fresh milk. So if you have to choose between fresh milk and half, go with half and half.
And heavy cream is even creamier.
It might take you anywhere from an hour and 30 minutes to bake to an hour and 40 to get that stiff jiggle, okay?
And it does depend on your oven.
It does depend on the oven. I used to be able to get it a lot sooner, but with this oven it took me just slightly longer. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. Friends, we want to give you a heads up. Make sure you have your notifications ready, that you're subscribed on all of our platforms, because we are going to be making impromptu appearances to cook for you, to hang out with you guys. So if you guys need the rest of those platforms, look in the description area. It's right under the ingredients. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow.